Guys, Dr. Neva here. Have you ever thought about doing movies, doing production? One second. Can you please close the door? I'm doing a video. Hey guys, Dr. Neva. So I'm going to reach for an expert to tell you about film production. So let's start off by telling us a little about you and why you got started.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here. So why did I decide to become a filmmaker? I guess there are several reasons. One is I wanted to create stories that highlighted Black women in a way that I could really identify and relate with. I remember there was a time where I was just flipping through the television and there would just be a whole bunch of women that are yelling and just, any kind of stereotype that you can think of, that's all that you would see. And I know that throughout, the history of entertainment, that happens across the board, but usually it's balanced by seeing other types of images. And at that moment, I just wasn't seeing any other shows that painted Black women a certain way. And so I thought, rather than complain about it, fill the gap, be the change. And so I started.
Is this your passion?
I'm an artist, I'm an art. I sing, I write, I dance. I tell stories. That's pretty much what I tell stories with my vessel, with my body. So definitely is my passion. Writing is something that I loved first. I remember being a little girl writing my own episodes to The Cosby Show and To a Different World. I was in high school writing, sitcoms and showing them to my English teachers and asking for feedback. So this is definitely my passion. And to be honest, I only started writing again seriously, like probably, 2 or 3 years ago, because something happens. We're conditioned to think that, oh my gosh, like you won't be able to survive if you pursue a writing career. Like, oh, you're an artist, what are you going to do? And so it took a whole journey for me to get back to writing. And I absolutely love it.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to start in the filmmaking industry?
The advice that I would give is that you have to be tenacious. You have to be hungry and hardworking. Unlike any other industry, like if you put in time and build, you can expect X amount of results, but when it comes to art, any kind of art, I believe there's no guarantee. So you have to really be dedicated and just hungry and persistent. Also network. I think it's really important to network and develop relationships, and when you're developing relationships or networking, that also is an art. Don't be the one that goes to the meeting and just hands out business cards and be like, hey, I'm an actor. It's kind of like, no. People remember those artists and directors and just people in general. They remember how you make them feel, the ones that you connect with. So connect with people as you're trying to build your career, and persist. You're going to get tired. You're going to get tired. And so what's going to keep you motivated in the long haul? So network, be tenacious, and be the hardest working person in the room, and be kind.
What degree, if any, or certification should one get?
I don't have a degree, but I do think it's important to train. So I have taken screenwriting classes. I do take acting classes and scene study. So it's up to you. A lot of people that I do know do not have degrees in film. Like, I know that Deon Taylor, who is someone that I really do love, like his work, he doesn't have a degree in film. But it depends, it depends on your goals and your money, I sometimes think that if you are the kind of person that can self-study and teach yourself, go for it. But people do like to see, training on your resume, especially if you're looking for a job. So you can get a BA or MFA in filmmaking, screenwriting. You can get certifications in that as well. So it depends. I don't have those. I don't have those. I do have my MBA in media and business, but I'm just training independently.
What are some obstacles should they prepare for?
With anything that you're trying to do, you're going to encounter hurdles, right? So I guess the obstacles that you may encounter is that when it comes to filmmaking, it's definitely not like a solo kind of journey. You really have to rely on other people to make things happen. So it isn't really an obstacle, but if you're the kind of person who likes to do things alone, you're gonna have to release that, because when it comes to producing film, TV, you're gonna have to get used to working with other people, trusting other people, and relying on other people to help you execute an idea.
Maker, how long does the process take for you to see a financial turnover? So in other words, I'm asking about the money.
How long until you see a financial gain? I don't know. I'm still waiting. I think the point is to create a product, right? Like with any other business, you don't worry about making money until you have a good product. So become great at writing, become great at creating great films, and then I think the money will come. You can't put out a crappy product and then be like, why don't I have like a lot of money? The same principle applies to filmmaking and to show business. Really focus on telling a great story and creating a great product.
And last but not least, what advice would you give to upcoming artists and upcoming film producers?
Establish relationships. This is definitely a relationship game. Work hard. I mean, that's with anything, right? But I feel like with this industry, you have to work extra hard, develop really cool relationships. I get involved in networking groups and organizations and just start chiming in the conversations. And if you're a writer, just continue to write. You have to write and produce and get things out there. If you are new, take on projects that are pro bono, collaborate with people to get your name and some credits out there. Thank you so much for your time. This was totally fun. If you want to stay in touch, follow me on social media, Tamala Baldwin, and also check out my series, Bubbly Brown Sugar Series. Whoo! Bye.
Now guys, if you want to learn more about a certain profession, occupation, and how to start a business in that field, drop me an email or DM on my social media. Bye-bye.